here's a little quirk about asking people to do something.
Okay.
Making a request of other people.
Okay.
People will be far more likely to comply with your request if you give them a reason to comply.
Right. Oh, I love this one.
Remember how people are always making predictions about what's going to happen? Well, part of that, when we're working with other people and someone wants us to do something, we naturally try to figure out why they're asking us to do this thing. Okay, we always do it. You know, whether it's conscious or whether it's subconscious. If it feels kind of weird or this is atypical or whatever, people are less likely to comply because they can't figure out
what the
why.
ends
They
are.
don't know what the purpose is.
Okay.
And so this is actually interesting. This is one of the experiments that was talked about in Robert Cialdini's
This is
book,
great. This blows my mind. I love this.
Okay. Ingenious social psychologist puts together all of these wild and crazy experiments to figure out why people comply with requests, why people agree to do the things they agree to do. And he and his some of his graduate students put together this very ingenious experiment, and they call the copier experiment. And they would, it would be a busy time in the college, and there would be a line of people who are all waiting to use the copy machine so they can, make copies of tests or notes or whatever. And they would wait until there was a really long line for the copy machine. And then they would send someone in to see if they could request to cut in line to use the copy machine first. And they did this over a long period of time, and they would phrase their requests differently and test to see which one people said yes to most often. And, first, it was like, the direct approach, can I cut in line to use the copy machine? And more often than not, people are like, no, wait in line.
Right.
Jerk. So then they tried different approaches. And one of the other approaches that they tried was, can I cut in line to use the copy machine? I'm late to class, and this is really important. I'll fail if I don't do it. And people
will be like, oh, my God.
Yeah, totally. This is not important. You go. Okay, so it's like, okay, we're on to something. There's a reason that people, by giving a reason why, which is the concept we're talking about,
right.
Reason why. By giving a reason why people should comply with the request, people were far more likely to comply. Now, this is where Cialdini shows his genius. He said, okay, this is interesting. We give people a reason why, people comply more often. What if the reason why doesn't include any additional information?
Yeah,
it's just a reason why. So the script was, can I cut in line or can I use the copy machine first because I need to make some copies?
Obviously.
Right. I mean, if you didn't need to make copies, why would you ask to use the copy machine?
But
right?
Amazingly,
just as many people said yes. Okay, there was something about just supplying a reason why, no matter what that reason why was.
Well, and Cialdini says that he thinks it's because of the word because. Because blank, because anything, and then people suddenly think it's a good reason.
Yes. There's just something that people are looking for, that if the because is not supplied, people start trying to figure it out. And if there's no good because, people are like, no.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, but if you supply a because, even if the because is stupid.
It's like the blank in their head is filled, so they're like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
sure.
Cool, come on.
And so, this actually intersects back with marketing, because you're asking people to pay attention to something, or you're asking people to buy something, and
give them a reason.
Give them a reason why. And you'll see your compliance, whether that's a call to action to sign up for this newsletter or take this free sample or whatever. If you give people a reason why, people will be far more likely to comply. And that is the importance of the because reason why.